Hello! Before beginning, I felt I should warn you, there is a lot of fake blood on display. I tried to cut out as much as I could, but still make it, coherent. Also, there's a bit swearing. Also, spoiler warning for Benny Loves You. That should be a given, but hey, I have to say it. Anyway, please enjoy the video. Also, I pitch shifted my voice,
so it sounds more like this? Sorry if that's annoying, but I thought it was funnier than listening to a drunkard talk about a movie. Anyway, let's get on with it. Benny Loves You is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Directed by Carl Holt and produced by Darkline Entertainment, who earlier made Eddie Loves You.
I guess they ran out of ideas at one point and decided to remake one of their older movies, just change one word in the title.
So let's just jump right into it.
Sadly, we're opening on the wrong foot here. We see this little kid being a brat and I already want to leave.
That's one way to ruin your first impression. Another is to remake Child's Play, but infinitely worse. So she chucks the bear her mom gave her. Then while she's trying to sleep, some gas invades the room and makes the bear come to life somehow. It'll get more ridiculous towards the end, I swear. So then the bear starts playing peekaboo with the little girl, and every time it peeks, she screams. Does that sound annoying? It was. I'm almost unfazed that her mother contemplates on slapping her. Except she doesn't contemplate, she asks Reddit and gets a reply saying, "Sure, I build mine all the time."
Also, please note that this bear right here, this is not Benny. Benny is this little Elmo knockoff. I don't know why it's showing us this bear when we could just skip straight to Benny and save 5 minutes of the movie, especially since it brings up so many questions. We never see the bear again, the girl dies, and I guess so does her mother. So what was the point of this scene if it has nothing to do with the main cast? Was it just for shock value?
Anyway, some British guy starts narrating and we learn that this is Jack. So Jack is apparently this inventor for this toy company or something and is sick of this guy always being employee of the month. I have to wonder who popularized the trend of making horror movie protagonists unlikable, because I'm going to piss on their grave. Sure, making them unlikable is good if you're trying to kill them off, but if you're not, then maybe make them not an asshole? So Jack is asked to foreclose his home and he signs the paper. Guy asks for his pen back and Jack imagines that he stabs him through the hand. Jesus, what a prick. But in Jack's defense, everyone in this movie acts like they have a stick jammed up their ass. But that just raises the question, if we're stuck on the play of the assholes, which one are we supposed to take shelter in? Or rather, who am I supposed to root for? Fucking no one was my answer. I can't even sympathize with Benny, because the first time he wakes up, he fucking decapitates every other stuffed animal Jack owned.
I guess he must have been jealous of them or something. Well, that's still going too far.
They got discarded too, Benny. Your ire is with Jack, not with them. That was completely unnecessary. Also, why is it that when the movie shows us something written, it has to have these jargon subtitles underneath? Take this instance for an example. The wall says Benny loves you, but the movie reads Benny to I'm a fault. What is that supposed to mean? Is that just Benny loves you in British? Why bother putting it on the screen? British people don't speak a different language. Oh yeah, about the severed head. I never thought I'd have to say that. So Jack got assigned a new manager or something, and it was this guy. I guess he showed up at the house last night, and Benny killed him? They didn't show it, it's just implied with his dead body being there. I guess he's dead now, okay. So then the cops show up and Jack has to hide the body. Ooh, tension. Except they leave pretty quickly, so...
Talk about a wasted effort.
And I'm sorry, but why isn't Benny trying to kill Jack? I thought that was his plan. Didn't he spring to life with intentions on getting revenge? I guess not, because Benny immediately forgets about it.
Yeah, you put me in a box and intended on throwing me away, but it's all good, fam. I still love you.
Then it's just Jack and Benny hanging around watching a scary movie, and it's pretty funny to see Benny being scared of a monster movie when he, not too long ago, ripped out someone's intestines. It can get a bit silly at times, but overall, I found this movie pretty funny. And beyond this point, I was enthralled to see the adventures of Simple Jack and his killer doll. However, it is still a jarring tonal shift to have someone die as a joke. This is like if you took Child's Play, stuck it in a vat of British beer, and mixed in moments of a Saturday morning cartoon. And because of this Frankenstein approach, the movie's tone bounces up and down like a jackrabbit who had way too much sugar. I'm not kidding, they do this cheery, upbeat, happy montage, and then a cat shows up. Doesn't even do anything, it just shows up on Jack's lawn. And Benny chucks it into a shredder and dances around with the dead thing saying, "Whee!" All the while, the same cheery music plays in the background. And why did Jack give Benny a phone? Or is he calling from the house phone? So two stooges break into Jack's house and Benny plays with them. And on the real, I found this pretty funny. Do you want some tea? Bam! Honey, the kettle's on your face! Honey, I'm home! Anyway, so the blonde goes up into the attic and is never seen again. Yeah, she's just up there. She dropped her phone, so she can't call for help.
Actually, there is an after credit scene where it just shows us her dead body. I guess nobody went up in the attic in, what, 2 months? She's nothing but bone. I know there's nothing to eat up there, but surely she could have heard all the stuff that was going on and noticed that it stopped and knew it was a time to escape. But no, she just stayed up there and died. Alright.
After that, Jack goes on a date with this woman whose name I forgot, so I'll just call her Gamer Girl because she mentions Grand Theft Auto like 4 times. These two have zero chemistry, and Benny agrees with me and tries to fuck up their relationship. So Jack's boss entrusts Jack to take care of his little pooch, but Benny got the dog, and his boss conveniently did not leave until that time. So Jack gets fired, and then we get a montage of him being sad, which I guess is here to make us sympathize with him? But there's only like 40 minutes of the movie left, so it's largely a wasted effort. Again. So after 1 hour, the movie finally lives up to its premise, and Jack buries Benny in a ditch. So then Gamer Girl shows back up and decides to give Jack a second chance. So about Gamer Girl, I don't like her. She seems to exist purely to be Jack's love interest, and that's it. Her character is completely one-dimensional and a bit weird. For context, earlier she finds her picture in a drawer, and when someone enters the room, she decides to start stripping? You found out that Jack has a picture of you in his drawer. What about that is attractive? So of course they hit it off, and Benny somehow dug himself out. Anyway, she heads off to work, and Benny manages to hitch a ride on top of her car. I don't know how. I guess she wasn't driving very fast. Well, this doesn't look good, but no worries. Jack is conveniently here to save the day. I guess he took the bus. I think I figured this out. Benny is programmed to kill anytime the audience gets bored. Watch. Bored now. It worked! So the 3 of them escaped, and by 3 of them I mean Gamer Girl, Jack, and some guy named Richard, who has basically been a dick the entire movie, so I wouldn't care if he did die. They managed to leave Benny behind, but Benny turns around and sees a whole host of people still there. Why didn't they leave? Oh well, they're all dead now. No, seriously, Benny just straight up murders every one of them. And I don't know why, but this had my sides splitting. I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, yeah, it's really fucked up, which is why I won't be showing any footage of it. But seeing Benny kill that many people seems so outrageous that it's almost comical. I mean, realistically, he shouldn't be able to do this, but he is, and it's hilarious. They turned Elmo into a murdering sociopath. So the three of them go back to Jack's house and start gearing up for a war. And it was at this point where I began to wonder, why don't they just skip town?
Like, realistically, what's stopping them? They could easily just drive out of town and not stop until they run out of gas. But they don't. Obviously, because the movie has to have a contrivance like this for a final climax. I mean, they can't just leave a story of a murderous teddy bear unfinished, now can they? Oh, wait!
So we get another fucking montage. That's like, what, 8 now? You might want to stop movie before I deduct points for repetition.
Although I might deduct points regardless for what happens next.
So the fucking gas comes back and turns 2 other toys into murderers.
Okay, so how did the gas do that? Why does the gas do that? Why does it only affect toys? Did you not expect me to ask these questions? This movie has clearly lost all sense of sanity. I don't know whether to love it or throw it away, only for it to come to life and kill me.
So, since I clearly fell in love with this movie, can I recommend it? Not really. The characters suck, the story is hard to care about when there's no one to relate to, there are a lot of smaller details that are integral to the story that flat out make no sense, and the timeline of events is more chaotic than fighting the orphan cause in Bloodborne. So much stuff happens in the finale that I wouldn't know what to say. I mean, outside of the obvious. Benny dies. So the 2 cops from earlier come back and Benny charges them and they shoot him full of stuffing? They're using these shitty toy pistols, so I guess that's what it's firing. I mean, it makes more sense than bringing a flamethrower to a toy fight. I mean, seriously? And with that finished, what happens next? Well, after 2 months, the cops just let them go.
Yep, the 2 clear the house of any evidence and the cops just let them drive away with Benny's dead body in the back seat. I guess they did this because they haven't the faintest idea of how they're going to tell anyone that a stuffed animal tried to kill them and these 2 are somehow connected to it.
I guess if you're in the mood for a movie so batshit insane that'll leave you laughing until the cows come home, then I guess I can recommend Benny Loves You.
Or maybe just watch the movie Bad Trip, that was pretty good.
So the final score for Benny the Killer Teddy is a 6 out of 10. Yes, I found it that funny. Otherwise, it's a 4 out of 10 for being the creepypasta version of Sesame Street. Tune in next time to see a plastic dinosaur eat a Subway sandwich. And remember, kids,